Here is a little short message for you guys that my higher self was basically communicating to you guys while I was sleeping. It was a very interesting phenomenon that was going on while I was taking a nap. I saw myself up in another higher reality where I was not in a physical body, I was a light body, and I was basically communicating to all of you guys telepathically and sending you guys this information. So basically, this information was very simple, very simple guidance, and that is to respect yourself. Okay, when I mean respect yourself, to the very simplest of form is to listen to your body. Okay, that is really what I was telepathically communicating to you all, is to listen to your body. When you are feeling sleepy, take a nap. Okay, when you are feeling your body needs to eat certain foods or needs to stop eating certain foods, listen to your body. Okay, not only listen to your body, but be committed. Okay, and discipline. Okay, discipline yourself to always respect your body. Okay, even though that may seem like the simplest of tasks, to listen and listen to our body and respect our body, but a lot of times it's the most challenging because of our busy lives and all these distractions that are everywhere around us. If you feeling your body is aching inside, okay, if you're feeling extreme tiredness in your body, okay, it's your body's trying to tell you that there's something you need to shift. Okay, you need to shift. It could be an exercise routine is too strenuous on your body, or you need to bring more feminine movement into your body. Okay, even for you men, because feminine movement is such as dancing, yoga, could be even some Taibo, those things can really bring some feminine energy, and this feminine energy can really ground you. So whenever you're feeling ungrounded, like you're feeling like disconnected from this world, you're like, why am I here? I don't want to be here. This world is too chaotic. There's too many people and it's just overwhelming. It's because you're not grounded in this world. That means your root chakra may be having a little bit it's imagine like a tree. It's like uplifting a tree from the roots. It's kind of like the tree is being pulled up. Okay, so it's ungrounded. It's shaky. It means the tree could possibly fall over because its roots kind of been lifted up out of the ground. So what you have to do is you got to put the tree back in the ground so it's solid, so it doesn't tumble over and stuff like that. So that's kind of what I visualize when I imagine myself ungrounded, when I get those thoughts of why am I here, or we may be not enjoying our lives through social interaction. We maybe just be in our house meditating all the time. It's good to meditate, but there are other forms of meditation that is beyond sitting still. There is meditations, body movement, dancing, swimming, walking around nature, could be watching a sunset, walking the dog, hanging out with the girlfriends, or your guy friends if you're a guy, or if you're a girl. Those sort of things really grounds us. Interacting with people in a very lighthearted, kindred spirit way really grounds us into this reality and really tells our spirit that we are here to have an experience, to have a joyous experience. But when we are maybe feeling disconnected from the world, there's some odd feeling going on, okay, between your physical and your spirit. Okay, they're not in harmony with each other. They're more at odds with each other. There may be a miscommunication going on between your physical body and your spirit when you're feeling that disconnect from the world, like you don't belong. So that means you really got to pull your spirit, okay? Pull your spirit back in, because your spirit might be going into La La Land, which is like the higher realms, and your spirit that is meant to be really focused on this particular reality may be focused on another reality, on another planet or another dimension or heaven and the angels or something like that. So it's important to get that focus back on what you see in your everyday life, and that is doing activities that drive you, that push you forward, that make you feel alive, that make you enjoy this human experience. So that's a tip when it comes to grounding yourself, especially your root chakra, that red. And the best way is dancing or having fun with friends, social interactions. Okay? And another way that our body is strongly communicating to us, especially now, is when it comes to foods. Foods is probably, for myself, the number one thing that my body communicates to me most. Foods. And a lot of times my body, it's all over the place when it comes to foods. Sometimes it just wants literally baby food, like food that is like liquid or like smashed food. Okay, not solid food. Applesauce, or cereal with milk that has been sitting in the milk for like 30 minutes, where the cereal's all like it's not even solid anymore. It's kind of just like it seems like, what do you imagine, potato, like mashed potato, that kind of form it takes when it's been in milk for a very long time. Or sometimes my body, I get that feeling like I eat, I eat more than maybe I do on other weeks. It could be during the, when I'm ovulating, or, about to start, menstruating. For me, that's a thing that happens when I'm about to start my menstruation. I feel this need to eat, this eating thing. Okay, so I listen to my body. I respect my body when I'm like, okay, I'm going to allow myself to, maybe eat 3 meals a day instead of 2 meals a day, because my body really feels like it needs it. Okay? And even when like I said, exercise. Get in some exercise routine that really gets you jumping, that gets you excited, that gets you like you're at a dance party. Those sort of exercise routines, even yoga, but do more than, just yoga or relaxing routines. Do some routines that challenge you, okay? That challenge the mind. We challenge our brain every day, just by driving. We are challenging our brain because of, all of these possible scenarios that could happen when we're driving. We're actually in our head while we're driving. We are actually going over what would be our response to all of those possible scenarios. And sometimes we actually act upon those possible scenarios because we see them actually happen in front of us through, people driving weird, or drunk drivers crossing our path, or people cutting us off, swerving. And there's so many possible scenarios that we have to react to instantly. So that's challenging our brain. So we need to challenge our body as well. And that is also has to work with the solar plexus, okay? Imagine the orange and the yellow part of our rainbow. I like to say our chakra is we're like a rainbow in the sky, We all have our individual rainbows. Rainbows is made from light. And that part is about energy. It's about life force. It's about feeling alive. While the root chakra is about feeling balanced and grounded. And it's really having the soul spirit really in harmony and in sync with the physical, where there's not this disconnect, okay, or they're at odds with each other, which causes the disconnect from the world sort of feeling, like you don't belong in the world, which happens when the disconnect between the spirit and the body occurs. Okay, well, the heart chakra is about the kindred spirit, which is about social interaction. I like to say that the heart is connected to the Libra zodiac sign, which is, in my opinion, all about that social interaction, all about that communication with one another, that compassion to one another, that wanting to be a part of something, like a group, a pod. Very much I associate the heart chakra with pods of dolphins, orcas, That's what I really associate the heart chakra is like. Orcas in their pods in the ocean need of that harmonious connection to another creature. It doesn't have to be human. It could be a dog. It could even be a plant. Okay, and that really brings harmony and balance to the heart. Now, the throat chakra is all about being true to yourself. So when it is connected to listening to your body, speak up. Speak up when you do not like something. You do not like the way someone spoke to you. You do not like, you don't agree with something, okay? It's really standing up for yourself. It's getting rid of friends. It's telling your friends that maybe you no longer want to be friends with them because you are trying to get, moving in a higher positive way, and let's say they're pessimistic and more negative. Okay, so that's really standing up for yourself and being authentic to who you are and owning who you are. So that means not allowing anybody to kind of cause disharmony between you and your physical body by creating distractions such as persuading you to drink excess alcohol or to do activities that do not bring you joy, but you do them just to make them happy. It's really about, the throat chakra is about making you happy and not just doing activities because it's pleasing to others. Okay, so it's really about expressing yourself, doing things that is pleasing to you. Because realize when you're happy, everybody is benefited. But when you're not happy, nobody benefits from that, from being around you. And then we have, throat chakra's expression. And it's also about tranquility, peace. That baby blue is about peace. So it's really about not doing anything excess to the body. Could be, not excess eating, excess exercising, sleep, interactions with others, going out too much where it's like depleting of your energy, working, don't work so much where it's like you can't stand still for 5 minutes, you're having restless sleep. Okay, and the third eye. Let's connect with the third eye and how that communicates to our body, and our body communicates to our third eye. So our third eye is our connection to our spirit guides. I like to say a connection to each other, not just in a verbal physical sort of senses, but more in a divine, angelic, higher dimension form. And that is really being tapped in. I like to say being tapped in. When the body is not tapped in, okay, the body, the physical feels like there's no direction. It feels like it's just wandering around clueless. It means there's restlessness, there's impatience, there's frustration, and there's most likely a lot of irritation. Okay, and that could even manifest as a physical illness. If you're frustrated for a long time, or if you've been exhausted for a long time, but you've been ignoring it because you are not tapped in, because your third eye is basically what is sending these divine messages from your spirit to these parts of your physical body, okay, such as these particular chakras that need these particular things that need to be done, or things that do not need to be done, that is for the body, okay? So in order to really listen, to hear what your body's trying to tell you, you have to be tapped in. So that's what's coming from the third eye. It's like a signal, okay? Just like our brain sends signals to, our spine, and our spine sends signals to our legs and to our arms. Okay, it's a receiver. Okay, but the signal is, I feel like, our third eye. So that's why we need to be open, and the way to really be open, okay, and to really respect the third eye is to, I feel it is really to value yourself, okay? Value what you have to say, what you feel, because it's very hard to be tapped in when you are receiving these messages but you don't believe the messages, okay? Even for yourself, you don't have the self-esteem to take a message such as you're meant to be, you're meant to walk this path, but you don't believe it, so you won't walk it, meaning you won't take action steps to move towards it because you don't value yourself, you don't believe in yourself. So really, self-esteem is how we can really trust the guidance we receive and be an open channel. That is how we can be an open channel, by really believing in ourselves. Because once we believe in ourselves and we value ourselves and we, have no distractions, that creates this fog feeling in front of our third eye. Through a lot of times that fog comes from other people's opinions. It comes basically from external things that we allow to kind of cloud us. And third eye is also about clearing, energetic clearing, a lot of energetic clearing. The third eye can help clear our entire chakra system, and a lot of it is, I like to say, again, external things such as people, situations that we've allowed to kind of, again, cloud us a little bit, confuse us, make us feel like, oh, well, maybe I'm not good enough to do this job, or maybe I'm not good enough to have this sort of life partner, or, maybe I can't do this, or I can't do that, or, I'm not capable of doing this or that. And that, a lot of times, that's discouragement from people. So discouragement, it's really plopped on top of our third chakra. That's where the discouragement goes to, because discouragement is what really doesn't kind of causes us to not really feel the messages that our body is trying to tell our spirit that we need to do or need to not do, because we're a little bit have we have a little bit of a disconnect with that aspect of us that is receiving these messages. So when we receive a message through being an open channel through our third eye, that's when we receive a message, for example, that we need to take a break. Okay, it means if we do not take a break, and it could even be taking a day off from work, that we're gonna literally cause us a physical illness, and we don't listen to that message because we are like, oh, well, I can't do that, I can't, we're literally not being receptive to that, like closing down our third eye chakra, then we're probably gonna get headaches, migraines. We're probably going to get, again, like a physical illness, such as it could be like nausea, it could be bowel problems. And all of this is a manifestation of basically what your third eye told you would happen if you did not listen to it, if you did not act upon the message that it was receiving, that it gave to you maybe 2 days ago or maybe a month ago. Okay? And then the crown chakra is really really about navigation, okay? Navigating through this world. If you're not a lot of times, if you're not really following the path that your highest form wants you to follow, there can again be just some uneasiness feelings. Okay, the crown chakra is really that navigation, because it really, I feel like it navigates the whole body. Okay, you need to go over here, now you need to go over here, but if you're not, if you're not listening to that part of your body, if you're not in harmony with that part of the body, there's going to be a similar sort of feeling of just casually wandering around and feeling like you don't know what you're supposed to do. So when you know what you're supposed to do, like, you know, you may not even know that what that is. It doesn't have to be like, I know exactly word for word what I'm supposed to be doing, but it's more of like, you know that you're here for something, that you have a purpose. Okay? The crown chakra gives us the sense of purpose because it is the highest chakra. It's connected to the divine. That is the life purpose, the navigation that gives us to our life purpose, that is of healing of the planet. Crown chakra is really where we can discover where our healing needs to take place, because that is, I like to say, connects us to our higher chakra system, the 12 chakra system, that is of our other dimensional higher forms, that is outside of this grid system and outside of the astral realm that is around Earth. Okay, so that crown chakra can tell our physical, since it's literally like above us and it's not necessarily connected to our physical, but is the transition between our physical and the 12th chakra system, which is the chakras above us. What what we need to maybe heal. It's a very healing energy, a very divine energy, healing of the light body, not necessarily the physical, or it can be the physical through some sort of illness that you manifested due to not listening to a particular chakra, like your root chakra or your throat chakra, or which can be due to your third eye being closed off. Okay, since you maybe didn't hear your messages from your what maybe a particular chakra is saying, it's probably because of your third eye chakra being maybe closed down, not being open, and not being like an open channel. So you didn't really allow yourself to act upon the messages because you couldn't hear the messages clearly because of the fog around the third eye. So the crown it's really about rejuvenation. It's like literally like a wave washing over you, like an ocean wave washing over you, and it slowly just cleans. It's like a cleansing, like a release of energy. Okay, and that's what I feel like the crown chakra does. It's a release of energy. That's why when we go to, let's say, church and we listen to a choir at Christmas, and the choir is just like so beautiful that we feel our crown chakra is like, whoa, exploding with energy. It's because we are receiving some sort of mind, body, and soul release. All the chakras combined together are having a release of energy. Okay, and that is actually very important to have this release of energy, because energy constantly needs to be released. It does not need to be stored. Stored energy causes blockages and kind of stagnant energy on the body and the chakra system. So energy constantly needs to be released, and the best way to release it is through the highest form of release, which is releasing through the angelic channels. Okay, there's a form of release such as bowel movement release, and then there's vomiting release, and then there is like a lower emotional release, which is frustration, anger, da da da. But the highest form of release, which is really a clean release, is through the crown chakra. Okay, because that is actually the best way to release any stored blocked energy in your chakra system. Vomiting is a way of you not listening. Okay, it's a way of it needs to happen. Okay, it needs to happen, and it needs to happen now. It doesn't want to happen this way, but it has to, because this is the only way it can really happen, because the other chakras are not, you're not in sync with them for your body to use that particular channel. So it has to use the channel that's open, which is the body, kind of like a force. Like it just pours out because it has to. It has like no other choice. That energy has to come out, and that is a lot of times through illness. So just to be really listening to your body is just to really, again, just be in harmony. Be in harmony, because when you're in harmony, all your chakras are in harmony with each other, in harmony with your spirit, and spirit, vice versa with the body, and you're gonna just you're gonna flow through life, rather than life be this choppy movement where you move forward and then you stop, and then you move forward, then you stop. Because that's usually because there's you move forward, then you stop because you've not really been listening to your body along the way while you've been moving forward. So then all of a sudden you have to like come to a halt because your body's like literally forcing you to stop because you've been neglecting to listen and to act upon the messages from your third eye for so long that literally it's forced you to stop. We don't want that in life. We don't want to come to a point where we've let things get on for so long or to build up for so long that our body literally has to force us. Literally it shuts down through illness. Could be a form of depression. Could be any sort of physical symptom. Even psychological symptom, okay? We don't want it to get like that. We want it to flow through every single day, checking in with your body. How's your body doing? Is there any area in which you can improve in which you need to do something different? Okay, and that's how we can flow through life and not have these painful sort of stops where it's like our body shuts down and we like either we could actually collapse. Yeah, that's something that people experience where literally the body just physically collapses because it's been getting out of hand with the neglecting what the body's been trying to have you do to kind of recharge it and to rejuvenate it. So those are just some messages that I received. It was like I was giving to you guys telepathically in my nap time. So I hope you guys enjoyed this sort of chakra, mind, body, and soul, respect yourself sort of message.